It's me. Shitty episode of the Bearded Beard Pod. Now you might know that I was on holiday at the start of April, so probably missed out on about 8 or 9 beers, like crafty type beers, but never mind. I had a lovely time. So tough shit. The first time I've had a good proper holiday in a couple of years. And it was a good wee reset. Went to Rhodes, absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. Weather was beautiful. Island of Rhodes is beautiful, immaculate. The people are lovely. We saw some cats, so the Waynes were happy. Yeah, a good reset. All the better for my old broken noggin, and it was just generally good fun. So there you go. I went to the Zwansea thingy event thing at the Hanging Bat in Edinburgh. More about that later on. I kind of feel they dropped the ball on it, but there we go. What else are we talking about before we get into the meat and potatoes? Mancave Scents were kind enough to send me some beard oil and beard butter. I did a wee review on the blog page for that, but I honestly look them up. I shall stick their details in the show notes, but please do give them a look up, give them a shout, get some stuff to do. Really good candles. I've got one on my desk here actually. So this is called King, and it's oud scented. It smells fucking brilliant. I wonder if he'd consider doing that as a beard oil. So the other one was Tobacco in Oak, I think it was, by Candle. Yeah, so Tobacco in Oak, and that's what the oil and the beard butter smell like. I've got it in today. Oh, it's lovely. I mean, I put that in, recording this at about 5 o'clock in the evening. Put it on at about 8 o'clock this morning. Still smell it. It's really good. Love it. Butter's lovely. Goes in your hands really well, and onto your pus dead well too. Like I say, I'll stick the stuff in the show notes. Have a look. Oh, and a big shout out to Dark Element Brewing. I got a shit can from my local enabler, and he was on it like a car bonnet, and he's sending me some beers to make up for it. And also, he's also going to look out for when he brews the next time the beer that I had. I can't remember what it is. And also send some of that up too. Cool, I love it. But anyway, enough of my pish. Let's get into April's busiers. First beer of the month was an absolute beast. Oh my god. Oh, it was fabulous. It was a solid 5. I wish it had a higher scale on the old Untapped, because I wanted to give it more than 5. Perhaps even 6 out of 5. Yeah, where has Budweiser been all my life? It truly is the king of beers. It was crisp and flavourful and ice cold, and I would say it was perfection in a glass. Nice. And then I went on my holidays. Airport beers always taste better for some reason. And I had Berlin Hammer from Brewdog at the airport. And I got my wee saddle passport stamped as well. You went to Brewdog? Fuck off. Anyway, it kicked my ass at some like 7 in the morning. It was a sturdy and musty IPA. And it was giving me the mustards out my nostrils. If you like mustard, you know what that feels like. It's like you know that feeling. But that was definitely a 5 as well. I got to Rhodes, and Jesus wept, I was roasting. I had a Zithos Vap. It was a microbrewed lager that was made in Rhodes, and it helped cool me down no end. I got myself a sunburnt ankle on the first day, and then I skinned my knee as it fell over a cannonball. I'm not even kidding. Fucking walked into it and fell over it because I was too busy looking at stuff. But I gave that a 4. Nice. Yep, hotter than shit. Yet again, I had a Mamos beer and it was smooth. Not a lager fan, as you know, but this is proper lager, which has its place. And that one was super tasty. Also made in Rhodes, I believe. And that was a 4.25. Oh, aye, this one. You'll only get lager in Rhodes. You'll not get anything nice. What are you going there? Fuck off. Up your butt with a coconut. Courtesy of Pikri, who are nothing. It is a Greek IPA. It is from Kikri Beers. It's an absolute crisp beer, and it shouted, "Suck my old man balls!" at the lot of you. And that's a 4.5. I can just imagine old Dino out in his post round, getting his fucking earpods blown out his lugs right now. Awesome. Oh, yes. Another Kikri beer coming up next, and that was called Kirke, I think. Something like that. It was a pale ale. It was a smooth wee slut. Light and delicate and slinkier than what's her name off the wrestling? I've forgotten. Harley something or other. Anyway, look her up and imagine her looped up in a rubber cat suit, and you'll get the idea of this beer. And that was 4.25. Yay! A real IPA after almost 2 weeks of well, I'm not going to say continental, I'm going to say Greek lager because that's what it was. So it's pronounced Verdant from, oh fuck, who was it? Let me just check my notes. So it was from Verdant. Nice. It was a tangy and cheeky number, somewhat akin to putting a 9-volt battery on your fillings whilst cleaning your ears with the bit of the bit of a biro. Oh, I know how good that feels, don't we? And that was 4.5. Here we go. Right, so Ted, I'd been looking forward to Hysteria from Dark Element Brewery all that week, and I was a little disappointed in that pale ale. When I poured it, it was full of all like wee black specks, and it was like proper fusty. Not a good fusty either. It was like Tramp's trench foot fusty. I left it to warm up a bit. But it was really, really bad and really subpar compared to the other tinnies. I was absolutely gutted. And then the lad from Dark Element messaged me, and he reckons that the wee black specks are sort of burnt hop shells that have somehow made it in there. And we had a good look at the can. On the top, where the seal is at the top end of the can, where the ring pull is, it was dented, and it looked like the seal had sort of been compromised or burst in some way. And yeah, not his fault at all. So I'm going to redo Hysteria when I get another can of it and see what it's like. But he's an absolute legend. He's going to send me up some new brew beers, and also when he gets a can of Hysteria done again, he's going to send me one as a sort of peace offering, which he didn't need to do. And really cool. And you know, I'd forgotten all about it. And then he messaged me, I think it was last week, and he went, I haven't forgotten, I'm just going to get these ones packaged up, sent up to you. And I'm like, oh shit, I'd forgotten. We had a wee back and forth. He's a really, really nice guy. I'm going to stick their details down in the show notes as well, because deserves a big up. So I gave that 2.25 on the old Untapped, but we'll come back to that and revisit it at another date, and we'll see how it goes. So I forced that one down because I definitely wasn't throwing a beer away, and I got lost to the lunar sea from Pentridge Brewing, and it was like drinking a glass of water in comparison. Well, a double IPA glass of water anyway. It was tasty and dry, much like my third girlfriend, who was a midwife and obsessed with money. Go figure. That was 4.5. Oh, an old fashioned Bellhaven 80 shilling. I had that in the Monk Shovel in Edinburgh, and it was lovely because the afternoon was warm, uh, and it was an old favourite from back in the day, and also the pub. Yeah, Malt Shovel always used to be a great pub. In fact, about 20 odd years ago, we used to go there um, because the bar manager was fucking smoking, and she had a kind of um, Catherine Turner, yeah, voice like that, except sexy and Scottish, and we used to spend hours in there, um, not getting served by anybody, and waiting for her to serve us. But I digress. That was 4.25. Um, okay, what's next? Um, I don't know what this is. I can't read my notes. Flow blowout, flow blowout. Oh, I've put an extra M in the hashtag because I'm a spaz. Yeah, so blowout from Playbrew. It was a double IPA and it was like soup, tasty, drunky soup. It coats your teeth like a teenage experiment with your best friend that neither of you talk about to this day, and you're now estranged. Uh, so I'm told. But that was a 5 out of 5. Oh, I've remembered. Yes, okay. Right. I was in Brewdog on Lothian Road. Yes. But what the hell was the beer? I can't remember. Uh, oh well. I'm too lazy to edit it out, to be honest, so you're just going to listen to me talking pish. And then I went to Hanging Bat, and thereby hangs a tale. So I went in and I asked for a third of pizza from Beak. And I bought my third of pizza from Beak and went to sit down because I found a seat in the back, which is unusual. And I went, oh, looking forward to this. Look at the rich colour of that bastard. And took a drink. And not only did it stink of cheap wine, like white wine, it tasted of cheap white wine. And I went, what the fuck is that? I went up to the bar and I says, is this the right one? Or is it the bottom of the barrel or something like that? Because it tastes shit. So he went over and he poured himself a wee taster and glugged it and went, it tastes fine to me. And I went, okay, if that's how it's supposed to taste, I shall soldier on through this bugger and come back and get something later. So I went back to my seat. And I am forcing this down like nobody's. I honestly, I was like, what? A couple of refusals, and then I see the barman hovering in my peripheral, and he says to me, "I've got a confession to make." And I was like, okay, go on then. And he went, well, you see, I'm a wee bit dyslexic. And I was, And he says, I got my numbers mixed up, gave you the wrong one. And Christ knows what it gave me, but it was like fucking bear piss. Um, I'm already halfway through writing my witty review. I was like, fuck's sake. But he was kind enough to take it away and pour it down the toilet and bring me back a third of pizza from Beak. Sorry. But yeah, it was dummy thick. Anyway, magic. 4.25. Aye. I had a Polly's Brew Nada in a sort of tiny little glass after that. It looks like it would fucking choke you. Can get it. Good and strong tasting though. Uh, so, if you did choke on it, you could just walk towards the light. That was 4.5. Right then. Cantillon Zwanzi Day 2024. That's why I went to the Hanging Bat. Yeah, I saw that there was all sorts of shit going on, free glasses and t-shirts and gizzets and goodness knows all what. It looked like it might be a good event. I'm all for a good event, but I went along and it was pish. What did the Hanging Bat have? Bugger all. You were allowed 1/3 of Zwanzi, and it was about £8.50. Uh-huh. But anyway, let's get into it. So, this year's Swansea beer, it was apparently a twist on a tradition. It was a sour lambic with a hint of jizz. Everybody seemed really excited about it. And yeah, they were really excited to get their first sips, and boy, did they regret it. Apart from the guy that was sitting behind me, actually, he had this stupid little fucking twiddly moustache, and he loved it. What a gimp. Yeah, but Swansea Day wasn't just in Belgium, it was a kind of a global party. So bars and breweries all over the world joined in the celebration. Yeah, everywhere. As wanky beer lovers were raising their glasses in unison, enjoying the special brew, and I think it's a big S in that, and sharing the love for Cantillon. Fucking idiots. Yeah, it was, like, I had a good night. I was with a couple of lads that I know, and we had a good laugh, putting the world to rights and all that shite. Great company, we had some delicious beers. Yeah, we talked about all sorts of nonsense. But if you couldn't make it to a bar, I think they had some virtual tastings as well, like online, and all sorts of crap. There was photos and videos all over social media, and it was kind of a global celebration, as it were. Um, yeah, it wasn't about just about the beer. Well, it wasn't hanging back, so it was bugger all. But there was like fun and games all about, and some locations had like trivia contests and beer pong tournaments. There were some bands playing in some places. Yeah, people showed off their beer knowledge. They played some games and had a wee dance. But yeah, apparently it was a really good success. People left with happy hearts and full bellies and an appreciation for Cantillon's creativity. Right, in case you hadn't guessed, I got AI to write this for me, and it's a load of shite. What does it say? Right, okay, I'm going to read this word for word now. Conclusion: Cantillon's Wednesday Day 2024 was an epic celebration of all things beer. Whether you're a seasoned beer expert or a curious newbie, this day was full of laughter, surprises, and camaraderie. Let's raise our glasses one last time to Cantillon and the joy of Swansea Day. Cheers, everybody! Yeah, if you like tomato sauce, then Quincy 2024 is the booze for you. At least I got out the house, and I gave it 2.5. They literally brewed it in the sea, or sorry, aged it in the sea beside all the oysters. And this fucking prick behind me, yes, you can really taste the sea lettuce in the background. I'm like, you kidding? It tastes like iodine and Aquaman spaff. He didn't appreciate that at all. Yeah, it wasn't for me. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I didn't. So after the abomination of Kwanzaa, me and my two pals, what we did, something that I think I'd probably do again in the future. We all sort of nipped up to the bar and we bought two tinnies or two beers each and got three glasses. And we did a sort of mini tasting. And it was really interesting to see sort of in real time what other people thought of the beers. But I did manage to get a hold of a kind of putty from this year's sort of release from Verdant. I've seen the picture, it looks like that meme, but you don't know what I mean. But it's a double IPA, and it didn't taste like seahorse jizz, so it was a winner. I gave that a 5/85. After that, it was Omnipolo's Hazy IPA Black is Beautiful. It tastes like Fusty Haribo that's had a sexy lesson. That was another 5. Jeez, I was knocking it out of the park with my beer choices that night. Yeah, after that, we got to about 11 o'clock and we said our goodbyes, and I walked down the road to the Fierce Bar. And oh my Christ, I don't think I've been at the West End of Edinburgh at that time of night for a long old time. And, well, just the pure poverty and desperation I saw in homeless people and underprivileged people in that small distance, I felt awful. I think, breaking kayfabe, I think we all need to feel a bit lucky these days with what we've got. But anyway, I had a paradigm shift double IPA to stop me bawling my eyes out. And then I kind of imagined what it might be like being John Moxley, and I walked down the road to the train station singing Wild Thing. That was a 5/5. That's kind of the noise I made when I took a big lovely drink of this absolutely mental double IPA from Dark Helmet Brewery called Psychedelic. Tastier than a bucket full of Hooters chicken wings, but sadly doesn't wear short shorts. It's a shame. I like both. 4.5 on Untapped. With art that looks like sort of intestines if you're on acid. Elysia from Track Brewing and their chums is an absolute beast of double IPA. In fact, it's not. It's a double dry hopped IPA. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm going to get letters now. I got letters the other day. I'll maybe tell you about that later. Anyway, I maybe shouldn't have had that in a school night, but I'm a naughty boy and you taught a lesson. Ow! 5/5. What the fuck am I on? I had some scran in Brewdog because I was getting my sad man stamp. My eyes kept going out of focus after having their chips and chicken stuff with hot sauce in it, and I took an absolute massive glug of Boundary Brewing's When the Seagulls Follow the Trawler without taking a picture first. Sorry, not sorry. But it was an IPA and it was fresher than Will Smith and creamier than one of Dino's Sorry We Missed You cards because he wanks on them. And that was a solid 5. Oh boy. North times Verdant double IPA from Verdant. And North Brew. Looks like a smoothie, but tastes like time. Claudio Castagnoli smacked his gob against the ring post. That was fucking awful. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It even came with a free beer comic. Absolute win. 5/5. And we're in the home stretch. The last Saturday of the month. I'd been to see She Burns Red on the Friday and I was in a bucket before the end of the night. So I'd made a promise to myself I wasn't going to have any beer till night time. But Wylam Maggled their New Zealand double IPA peen at me and I opened up like a good boy. In Search of Synergy is a buff, oiled up He-Man harness wearing sex machine of a beer bruv in it, and I give that 4.75. Oh, fuck's sake, another double IPA. This time from Gravity Well Brewing by the name of Soliton Surprise. It's kind of muddy tasting, sticks to teeth like cola, but, you know, I'm a slag for doubles, so, meh. 4.5. Hey, Third Man Beer. I found a mouse in my can, eh? Not really. If you haven't seen Strange Brew, then I don't want to talk to you. Bone Tree. It was a chungus of an IPA and I like it very much. Solid 5. Grand. And here we go, the last beer of the month. So much to unpack on this can of suds from Drink Willibald. Seems to have tag teamed with some folks to produce this absolute rocket fuel of a West Coast double IPA, unironically named Overkill. It looks like a West Coast IPA, but kicks like a double IPA. And it's got a thick, almost syrupy taste to it. And I thought I was going to die after drinking it. But yeah, don't cry about my reviews, by the way. It's undignified. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And that was a solid 4.5 out of 5. Well, that is a wrap, as they say in showbiz, for this episode of our craft beer fuckaboutery. It's been a month of a different kind for me. My trip to Rhodes didn't really include much craft beer, but it did absolute wonders for my mental health. Proper refresh of the soul, if you please. Plus I had the chance to stand up to a sort of AliExpress Peaky Blinders cosplayer. Needs a bit of reality check on how to treat people respectfully. That is all I'm going to say about that, because the twonk is now sort of targeting myself on social media, including my personal accounts. And that's not cool. Yeah. End of story. Move on. As always, thanks for listening and supporting the podcast. It's always a pleasure sharing these adventures with you, even if it's just usually me laughing. But what I'm going to do now, Drunky Pants G was kind enough to leave me a drunken rambly message on my phone the other Friday. So I'm going to leave you with his thoughts for the month of April, and he can close the show for you. Right, here's a fucking bonkers thing. Fat bonkers. Right, it was in Salthurst. Salthurst? Salthurst. Got a thing in my mouth. Salthurst. And there's a lady just by herself. She was drinking beer.
Alright.
How you doing?
I'm alright, pal. How are
Magic. I'm good. How are you?
Is it on your fucking right sleeve? You on your head, eh?
I think it'll be blowing you for, eh?
Eh?
Aye.
Is it shit on your mate's sleeve? You on your own?
No,
Leave the
no,
lassie
no,
work
but-
for herself.
No, but I shat. I did a shat in my pants.
Oh well.
Aye, cool. Chiro. What? So I was in the Salthurst. For fuck's sake. Fucking what? I was in the Salthurst, and there was a lass there. She was drinking craft beer, fucking craft beer, by herself. And do you know what I did? She was drinking craft beer by herself. And do you know what I did? I went and bought a beer that I liked and fucking didn't give a fucking drink my beer. That's what I did.
And you know when I left, when I left, she was still drinking her craft beer. And you know what I did? When I left, when she was still drinking her craft beer, I didn't give a fuck. I'm so sorry. That wifey that was going, she was so funny. But, it just makes you laugh. Look at me, I've got a fucking flat cap on, and birds can't drink beer and that, can they? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, Christ on a bike. Aye, well, that's me. Ta-da.